Hi guys, I did not get as far as I wanted to over the weekend, but I did come up with a couple things that I want to do. So these are, this is just one of the pages, and I think you've seen me do this before. I just cut it in half, and I want to make envelopes. So really easy. I'm just going to line it up, and this is what it looks like. Okay, let's see, that's measures 3 3/4, and the top measures 1.5. So remember which way I had it going. Yeah, so this is the top. This is going to be 1.5. So I'll bring that down to 1.5 and just fold it up this way. Doesn't have to be exact, but that's my guideline. And let's see, so this one was 3 1/4, so I'm going to fold it there. It just gives me a good size pocket. Let's see if I've got that lined up properly. Yep. Okay, now before I glue this together, I want to go ahead and ink this because it's easier before you glue it together. Yeah, I'm just going to ink around the whole thing, and then ink around the inside, the top portion. A lot of this is already grungy, so I don't have to do a lot of work there. Okay, now we are going to see this part. So, and if you don't want it grungy, then skip this step. I'm not worrying about this because it's going to be inside, but I do want to fold this back a little bit and just do the crease. Okay, and fold that back and use this. Take my glue and just doing the sides. I'm going to glue that shut. Easy envelope. Okay, now for this will be just as easy. I'm just going to glue some trim on here. And there again, I'm using up all different kinds of trim. I am not using the same throughout. So I'm just going to attach that there. I'm going to put a little glue in the middle, do a little cheesecloth like I've been doing. Just pull that apart. And one of my little coffee dyed flowers in the middle. And done. Now we'll trim this off. Actually, I'm going to let that dry a minute first. So let's do this one. Okay, so this is the 3 1/4 side. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to fold that up. And then this side is 1.5. Just use my nail to make a crease there. Like that. And there again, I'm just going to ink that. Okay. I'm going to need a little bit more ink. Do this side. I do want to do these creases. Hope everyone had a good weekend. It's weird. The days are kind of running together. I'm home a lot of the time anyway, but the kids are always running somewhere, and you know, with their activities at a standstill, it does throw things off. There we go. I think that'll do it. I am going to venture out to Costco today. I'm running out of some things, so I hope I can find what I need and that it's not too crazy. Okay, now let's do this. There we go. And another piece of cheesecloth. That one didn't rip exactly the same, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. After the glue dries, I come back and peel some of that off anyway. Kind of looks like it's not centered there. As long as I center the flower, I guess I'll be alright. Let's try that. Yeah. Looks like that line is almost in the center. Okay, so let's trim this extra lace. Try not to cut the paper. But if you do, no one will know. Okay. Yeah, I think those are cute. No extra bling needed. We've got a pearl on the flower, so I think that's enough. Boy, these scissors are not sharp at all. They're okay for paper, but they don't like fabric. So, let's see. Got this extra piece right here. Yeah, let's cut that off. Okay, so now I've got 2 envelopes. Well, 4. 2 I did this morning, and 2 we just did together. So now I've got more. And I have one more thing that I'd like to do. And then, like I said, I was going to sew in my signatures and get all my ephemera cut out. I got most of the ephemera cut out, but you know, I got lazy, and my husband and I have been binge watching Major Crimes, and so that's what we did yesterday. We're just bums. Okay, so this is a little pocket, I guess, insert, if you will, that Kerr did on her channel, I think yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure. But I saw it and I thought, this is too stinking cute. Her kits are gorgeous anyway, so I wanted to do this. Now, I don't remember exactly how she did it. I think she used a piece of coffee dye and a piece of designer, and she used the designer and backed it with the coffee dye so the coffee dye was inside. I didn't go back and look, but I took one sheet of paper and just folded it in half vertically. And then she also put pages in here, so I may do that or add some pockets. I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do yet, but I wanted to go ahead and make these with you. They're kind of like remind me of the matchbook kind of things, but I've got a couple of her background pages and a couple of the small little journal cards. So I do want to ink those really quick. I've just, well, the corners were rounded. I cut them out square and then I used my corner rounder so I don't have to fussy cut around the corners because it takes too much time. Okay, let's do this one. If I don't ink it now, I'll forget, and it's kind of hard to ink when it's already attached to the page. So, just want to... Okay. Now on these, all I'm going to do is fold them in half vertically. So, try to line that up pretty good. And then make sure it's lined up on this side as well. Kind of meets in the middle. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Making sure that, well, hopefully I've cut straight. There we go. Like so. Now the next thing that I am going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick in here just to kind of hold it until I get to the sewing machine. And I am going to sew around the outside of this. There we go. The other thing that I'm going to do, whoa, and I guess I should go ahead and do it. I'm going to sew around the entire thing with a straight stitch. Also this one with a straight stitch. And on these, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces on. So I've got a couple pieces of lace. So this one is vertical. I want to put the lace on this side with a little bit of cheesecloth underneath. That's how G did it, just like that. And then on this one, I want to put it, this one's horizontal, so I think the lace goes at the top, yeah. Okay, so lace goes at the top of this one, and some cheesecloth. And I'm going to kind of wrinkle up the cheesecloth a little bit as I'm gluing it on, and that way it gives a little bit more texture. So I'm just going to put that on real quick. Glue stick is great for holding lace on until you get to the sewing machine. That's, you know, not much more than that. Okay, and then I am going to go ahead and put a line of glue here and just a little bit on there. It does disappear, and kind of crinkle this up. This will stick like so. Just long enough to kind of sew it in place. By the time I get to the sewing machine, this glue stick will dry. So I won't have any glue on my machine. Okay? And then same thing on the top of this. Put the lace on top. Is that the right piece? That seems awful short. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to trim it anyway. And just putting a little extra glue in case I need it. Like so. Okay, so I am going to sew cross there with a zigzag stitch, and go around the pages, or these, with a straight stitch, and I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. I have done a zigzag stitch on here. Looks like it went a little crazy on that one. I don't know why, but that's okay. And I've done a straight stitch around these. So I just want to trim off some of this excess here. And then I'm just going to kind of pull out some of that cheesecloth. So it looks a little messy. I can trim it if I need to. Okay. Same thing on this one. Pull out some of these stringy bits. And sometimes you'll see that it gets, gathered up and goes down to your sewing line, and you can't get that necessarily out, but most of it will cooperate. Just trim it off if it won't. Okay, so now we've got 2 of those. All right, now on this, I need to go ahead and ink both sides here, because you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see there's a little tiny white showing. Not too bad on this side, but we want to cover that up. Right. Just a little bit. Like I said, this paper has already got a lot of grunge, so it's great. You don't have to do too much extra. I'm just covering up the white. Okay, I'll do this one. Flip it over to the other side. Okay, I think that does it. Okay, so the way I did this, and you don't have to do it this way, but carefully, I took the cover the way I want it, and this is going to be the outside, and then this will be the inside. So I took the outside and I scored it at 2 1/4. Be careful, it is 2 layers of paper, but it still can rip. So I scored it at 2 1/4, and then I flipped it around and scored this at 4. Okay, same thing on this one. Score at 2 1/4, flipped it around, and scored it at 4. Now my paper was not, oh, wrong side. It goes this way. Yeah, the outside, score it at 2 1/4. Rotate it, and then score at 4. That's what it was. Okay. I didn't really worry about what was going to be upside down. I just chose which side I wanted to cover. My paper, I forgot to print it on borderless. With the new, with my new laptop, I haven't gone in and changed the settings. And so it printed out with a 1/8 inch border all the way around, so I had to trim it. So my measurements might be a little bit off from yours, but get it the way you want it. And there we go. Okay, so the short piece goes on the outside. Okay, same thing here. Just going to fold that. And the short piece goes on the outside. Okay, so on this one, let me see what I've done here. This is, let's do one at a time, because I would like them to be the same. So this is what I have right now. Oh, I need to put a little ink in these creases. Okay. So, this is the one I've used for this, and this one closes up like this. I wanted this one to be sideways, okay? So pull it around like this. We want to close this, fold this over, and then you want to get this approximately where you want it and figure out, I figure I want to keep, you know, about halfway I want to do the glue. I don't want it to stick together. But if I do, is that right? Yeah. About halfway should be good. So I'm just going to set that like that. And hold that down. And then I am going to take this piece out to let this dry for a second so it doesn't accidentally get on something and attach. Okay, so now let's do the other one. This one is, what did I say? This one is vertical. Yeah, this one goes like this. Yeah, because of the writing inside. I went ahead and made it this one vertical. I don't even know what I've done. Sometimes I'm on autopilot. So this one is going to be horizontal. It's the same, just turned, so it doesn't matter. You can do them all horizontal or all vertical, whatever you like. So on this one, I'm going to measure the same way, probably 2/3, but I'm only going to put glue halfway. And especially since I got that cheesecloth on there, we're going to put a little bit extra there. But there we go. Just like that. And get it straightened up to where I want it. Hold that down for a minute. And then take this out to let it dry. So let's bring this one back over here and put the bling on. I'm going to use the Fabric Fusion pen for that. And I'm just going to rub some on the bottom there. This is very much like glossy accents, I think. That's just from my experience. It feels and acts like glossy accents. So there we go. I'll put that one, and this one, the flowers are going to also be in the same spot, or the bling with the pen. And it doesn't matter if they're the same or different. They're not going to be together in the book. They're going to be on two opposite pages. So I got a little bit extra glue there, but it does dry clear. Where's my... Get off my fingers. There we go. Okay. So there are the two little flips. Now, like I said, this one goes this way. G put a booklet in here with extra pages, but I think I might want to do a pocket. So I've got this piece that was in the trio of these little focal points. And I think what I'm going to do is make a little tuck spot. And you can see I cut it out square, and then I used my corner rounder so I don't have to fussy cut. It's a little bit faster. I'm going to put a little bit of ink on here. And you could put a little belly band or any kind of thing inside. But I feel like I'm going to have some extra ephemera with this kit, so I think I'm going to glue on this side and this side. Oh, I better put the lid on this fabric fusion, just in case. So let's do, yeah, this side and this side. And that makes a little tuck spot that I can stick some ephemera in later. Just like that. And then that will tuck into a pocket as well. And on this one as well, I think I'm going to do the same thing. So, where's that other piece? I have one already here. So I want the flower to show, so I'm going to put it on this side. Same situation here. Only horizontal. Like so. And then I will be able to put some tickets or tags or what have you in there. And close that up like that. And we'll tuck those in a pocket. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll try it. I will link G's video below so that you can see how she did it with coffee dye on one side, paper on the other. You could just fold a piece of coffee dyed in half and then decorate it. Lots of options with this. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye now.